My name is Briella. I am 29 years old. I never thought one job could change my life, but it did. I lived in a small town with my parents. Life was simple. Every day looked the same. I helped my mother with cooking. I watched TV with my father. And sometimes I met my friends. But I felt stuck. I wanted something different. I wanted to grow. I just didn't know how. One afternoon, I saw a job post online. It said, looking for a living hotel assistant. Must move to the city. Full training included. I read the post again and again. I had never worked in a hotel. I had never lived away from home. I had never stayed in the city. But something inside me said, try. I showed the post to my mother. She looked worried. You will be alone, she said. You don't know the city. I stayed quiet. I didn't know what to say. Then my father came and read the post. He looked at me. Maybe this is your chance. He said, you will never grow if you stay in one place. That night, I sat at the table with my laptop. My hands were shaking. I filled the form. I clicked send. I felt scared, but also proud. I had done it. The next day, I got a call. A woman said, hello, is this Bella? I said, yes, this is Tanya from Rose Hill Hotel. We liked your application. Can you come for an interview tomorrow? My heart was beating fast. I said yes. The next morning, I took the early bus to the city. I wore my best dress and my mother's brown purse. The city was loud. The people were fast. The hotel was big and white. The lights were gold. The floor had red carpet. I felt small. I had never seen a place like that. At the front desk, a woman stood. She had short black hair. Her face was serious. You must be Bella, she said. Yes, I said. Come with me, she said. She walked fast. I followed her to a small office. She sat behind a desk. Have you worked in a hotel before? She asked. No, I said, but I learned fast. She looked at me for a moment. This job is not easy, she said. You will clean rooms. You will carry things. Some guests are kind. Some are not. You will live in a small staff room. Are you ready for that? I looked down. I felt nervous, but I said, yes, I want to try. She nodded. Good. You start on Monday. Come early. That night, I went home. My mother was quiet. My father smiled. I said, I got the job. My mother hugged me. Be careful, she said. My father said, be strong. Call us every day. On Monday morning, I packed my bag. I took my clothes, my toothbrush, and a photo of my parents. I kissed my mother. I hugged my father. Then I got on the bus. I watched the trees pass by. I was not coming back soon. At the hotel, I got a small room. It was on the 4th floor. The walls were white. The room had one bed, one table, and one mirror. There was one small window. I sat on the bed. I looked around. It was quiet. I felt alone. Miss Tanya gave me a black uniform. She gave me a list of jobs. You will help with breakfast in the morning. You will clean rooms. You will carry laundry. You will take night shifts. Sometimes follow the rules. No phones during work. Always smile. Do you understand? I said yes. The next morning, I woke up at 5. I put on the uniform. I looked in the mirror. I looked like a hotel worker. I didn't feel ready. But I went downstairs. I helped with breakfast. I carried plates. I cleaned tables. Then I cleaned the rooms. I made beds. I picked up towels. I scrubbed the bathroom floor. I was tired. My arms hurt. My legs hurt. But I kept going. Some guests were kind, some said nothing, some left big messes. One man shouted at me because his towel was missing. I said sorry. I brought him a new one. He did not say thank you. After 3 days, I felt very tired. I went to Tanya's office. Can I talk to you? I asked. She looked at me. Yes, she said. This job is hard, I said. I feel tired all the time. She looked at me for a moment. Do you want to leave? She asked. I was quiet. Then I said, no, I just wanted you to know. She nodded. It is hard at first, she said. But if you stay, you will grow. Not just in your work, you will grow in your heart. I walked out. Her words stayed with me. The next day, I tried harder. I moved faster. I cleaned better. I started to notice small things. I learned to fold towels in the right way. I learned how to speak nicely to guests even when I was tired. I started to feel proud. One morning, I met another worker. She was in the kitchen. Hi, she said. I'm Lena. I'm Briella, I said. She smiled. Bria and Lena, we sound like sisters. I laughed. It was the first time I laughed in days. Lena and I worked together in the mornings. She cooked. I helped carry the food. She told me stories about her life. She had moved to the city 10 years ago. I was scared too, she said. I cried the first week, but I stayed. Now I like my job. You will like it, too. I was happy to talk to her. She made me feel better. I didn't feel so alone anymore. That week I had my first night shift. The hotel was quiet. I sat at the front desk. The lights were soft. I looked at the big front door. Outside, the street was empty. At 2 o'clock in the morning, a man came in. He looked angry. My wife locked me out, he said. I need a key. I looked at the list. Room 304, I asked. Yes, he said. I gave him the key. He took it and walked away. He didn't say, thank you. I sat down again. I looked at my phone. My mother sent a message. Good night, Bella. We love you. I smiled. My eyes felt warm. I missed home. I missed my parents. But I also felt something else. I was not the same Briella. I was changing slowly, quietly. I was becoming someone new. And this was just the beginning. Before I share the rest of my story, I need to know where are you listening from. Knowing someone hears me, understands me, gives me strength. The days at the hotel passed slowly. Every morning I woke up early. I put on my uniform. I brushed my hair. I looked in the mirror. I still felt tired, but I also felt different. I was starting to change. I was starting to grow. I worked hard every day. I cleaned rooms. I helped in the kitchen. I carried heavy laundry bags. My arms were stronger now. I could carry more. I could walk faster. My hands moved quickly when I made beds. The first week I was always afraid. Now I felt more sure of myself. Lena and I became good friends. We worked together most mornings. After work, we sometimes sat in the small staff room and talked. She told me about her family. I told her about my parents and my town. She listened to me with care. Her smile made me feel safe. "You are doing well," Lena said one evening. "I see the way you work. You are fast. You are polite. And you are strong." I smiled. "Thank you," I said. "I try my best." Sometimes guests left kind notes. One woman wrote, "Thank you, Briella." The room was perfect. She left a small chocolate on the table. Another guest said, "You have a nice smile." These little things made me happy. They gave me hope. But not all days were good. One day, a man shouted at me in the hallway. He said his room was dirty. He said I didn't do my job. I knew I cleaned that room well. I wanted to cry, but I said, "I'm sorry. I will clean it again." I walked into the room. I looked at the bed, the floor, the bathroom. Everything was clean. I didn't understand. Lena saw me later. She asked, "What happened?" I told her. She said, "Some people are angry for no reason. You did nothing wrong. Don't let one person ruin your day." I nodded. Her words helped me. Miss Tanya also noticed me. She didn't smile much, but she started to speak to me more. One day she said, "You are improving. You are quiet, but you do your work." I like that. I was surprised. "Thank you," I said. It felt good to hear that. A few weeks later, she gave me a new job. "I want you to help at the front desk on weekends." She said, "You will check in guests. You will answer phones. Lena will teach you." I was nervous. I didn't know how to use the computer system. I didn't know how to speak to guests in the right way. But Lena helped me. She showed me how to check bookings. She helped me practice answers. She told me to speak slowly, to smile, and to stay calm. The first weekend was hard. One guest came early and shouted because his room was not ready. I said, "I'm sorry. The room is not clean yet. You can wait in the lounge." He looked angry, but after 10 minutes, the room was ready. He left without a word. I didn't cry. I was proud of that. Another guest asked many questions. He wanted maps, restaurant names, a place to buy shoes. I smiled and helped him. Later, he said, "Thank you. You are very helpful." That made me happy. Working at the desk helped me grow. I talked to more people. I learned to stay calm when guests were upset. I learned to fix problems fast. I also started to speak better English. My words were more clear. I made fewer mistakes. I felt stronger. One evening, I was walking to my room after work. My phone buzzed. It was a photo from my father. He sent a picture of our dog sleeping. Under the photo, he wrote, "She misses you." I smiled. I missed them, too. I sent back a message. Tell her I miss her. Tell Mom I love her. I'm doing okay. I put my phone down and looked out the window. The street lights were on. People walked past the hotel. I watched them from above. I used to be scared of the city. I used to think I didn't belong here. But now the city felt different. The hotel was my new home. The small room was mine. The job was mine. I had built something for myself. The next day was busy. Many guests came. Some had big bags. Some had children. Some were quiet. Some were loud. I smiled at each one. I helped them all. Tanya passed by the desk. She stopped and said, "Good work today, Bella." That small sentence made my whole day better. Later, Lena and I sat on the back steps. We ate some rice and vegetables from the kitchen. "Do you miss your home?" she asked. I looked at her. Yes, I miss my parents. I miss my bed. I miss the trees in our garden. She smiled. But she asked. "But I don't want to go back yet," I said. I feel like I am growing here. I feel stronger. I feel like I'm becoming myself. Lena looked at me and said, "That's what a good job does. It doesn't just give you money. It helps you know who you are." Her words touched my heart. That weekend, I worked another night shift. At 3 a.m., a guest came in. She was crying. Her eyes were red. She looked lost. "Can I help you?" I asked. "I can't find my room," she said. I went out. I drank too much. I don't know where to go. I checked her name. I found her room. "Come with me," I said. I walked her to her door. She looked at me and said, "You are kind." "Thank you." I said, "Please drink water. Get some sleep." She smiled. "You remind me of my sister," she said. I smiled back. "Good night." When I walked back to the desk, I sat down and felt something warm in my heart. I had helped someone. I had stayed calm. I had done the right thing. I looked at the clock. I had 1 hour left before morning. I looked at my hands. They were tired. I looked at my uniform. It had a small stain from the kitchen, but I felt proud. I was working. I was learning. I was becoming the person I wanted to be. And I still had more to learn. One morning, I woke up before the alarm. The sky outside was still dark, but I was not tired. I sat up in bed and looked around my little room. It was quiet. It was simple, but it felt like mine. I had lived in the hotel for 3 months now. Every week I got better at my job. I knew which rooms needed extra towels. I knew which guests liked tea in the morning. I remembered names. I remembered faces. I had a good rhythm. One day, Tanya called me to her office. I felt nervous. I thought maybe I did something wrong. I walked in and stood in front of her desk. She looked at me and said, "I have something to tell you. A guest left a letter. It was for you." I was surprised. "For me?" I asked. She handed me the letter. It was small and folded. I opened it. The paper was soft. The writing was clear. It said, "Dear Briella, thank you for your help last week." I was tired. I was sad. But your smile gave me peace. You made my stay better. You are very special. Never forget that. A guest. I looked at the letter. I read it again. Then again. I didn't know who wrote it, but it made me cry. Tanya saw my face. She said, "You are good at this job. That letter proves it." "Thank you," I whispered. That night, I held the letter in my hands. I read it before bed. I put it in my drawer. It made me feel proud. It made me feel seen. The next week, something else happened. Lena came to the kitchen late. She looked weak. Her hands were shaking. "Are you okay?" I asked. "I don't feel well," she said. Tanya told her to rest for 2 days. "Bria, can you help in the kitchen until Lena comes back?" she asked. "Yes," I said. The next morning, I woke up earlier. I went to the kitchen and looked at the list. Eggs, toast, juice, coffee. I had watched Lena many times, but I had never done it alone. I turned on the stove. I cracked the eggs. I made toast. I poured orange juice into glasses. It was not perfect, but it was good. Guests came. They ate quietly. No one complained. After breakfast, Tanya came to see me. "Everything went well," she said. "Good job." I smiled. I felt so proud. I had done something new. I had done it by myself. That evening, I called my mother. I told her about the letter. I told her about the breakfast shift. "I'm proud of you," she said. "You are stronger now. I can hear it in your voice." "Thank you," I said. "I feel different." Later, I walked outside and sat on the hotel steps. The air was warm. The sky was soft and orange. I watched people walk by. I remembered the girl I was before. I remembered how scared I felt on my first day. I smiled to myself. A few days later, Lena came back. She looked better. "I heard you did well," she said. "Thank you for helping." "You're welcome." I said, "I missed working with you." She laughed. "I missed you, too." Time passed. The seasons started to change. It rained more. The wind was colder. But inside the hotel, I felt warm. I was not the girl who cried after work. I was not the girl who said sorry all the time. I was still kind, but I was not afraid anymore. I even started helping new staff. One girl named Mia joined us. She was shy. She made mistakes. She cried on her second day. I sat with her after work. I said, "It's okay. I cried too, but you will get better. Just stay strong." She looked at me with wide eyes. "You cried, too?" she asked. "Yes," I said. "But I stayed." She smiled a little. "I will try." I realized something that day. I was not just learning. I was helping others grow too. That felt special. Then one day I got a call. It was from a small hotel near my hometown. The manager said, "Tanya told me about you. We need someone to lead our staff. Are you interested?" My heart beat fast. A lead job near home. I didn't know what to say. That night, I sat with Tanya in her office. I told her about the call. She looked at me. "Do you want to go back?" she asked. "I don't know," I said. "This place changed me. I love it here, but I also want to be closer to my parents and the job sounds good." She was quiet. Then she said, "You are ready, Briella. I've seen you grow. You can do this." I felt tears in my eyes. "Thank you," I said. The next week, I packed my things. I folded my uniform one last time. I took one last walk through the hotel halls. I hugged Lena. She held me tight. "I'll miss you," she said. "Come visit me." "I will," I said. Before I left, Tanya gave me something. It was a small card. On it, she had written one sentence. "You didn't just work here. You became who you are here." I smiled. I said goodbye. I got on the bus just like the first time, but this time I was not scared. I looked out the window. I felt ready. I was going home, but I was not the same person anymore. We all go through hard times, but stories like this can help us feel seen. Thank you for watching and come back for more real moments.